Hello and welcome to my channel, Making It Fabulous by Colleen. On this channel, you'll find inspiring, yes, you can do it, tips for makeup and skincare, as well as related content for anyone who wants to look and feel their best. A special welcome to my new visitors here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoy this video and will consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. I appreciate you so much, and I look forward to getting right into this video today. It's going to be about St. Patrick's Day, getting ready, and maybe not fearing wearing green eyeshadow. I have this look on today, and I'm using a small palette from Essence, and I think you're gonna love it. It's really easy and it's not too crazy. Sometimes you see people wearing green lipstick and, crazy eyeshadow, which is a ton of fun, but maybe not so practical. So today I hope to teach you a few tips and tricks and look forward to getting ready with you. Okay, so I did put a little bit of primer on my lids. I used the Milani eyeshadow primer. And I put a little bit of the CeraVe Eye Repair Serum underneath my eyes. My under eyes are still a little bit dry and just, I think I may have said it in another video. I used my retinoid too many days in a row, and I got it too close to my under eye. I like to just put it like right there. And I put it just a little too close, I think, to my under eye. And usually I use my retinoid every other day. And I think I got it mixed up. I think I used it a couple days in a row. So I'm going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This particular version is a new one that is out, and it has niacinamide in it. The other one is green. I should have used that one. But this one, just putting a little bit on and concentrating it in the areas that I typically lose my foundation or my face product the fastest. So this provides a nice little grip. It's definitely tacky on my skin. It feels exactly like the other Power Grip Primer, the green one, but this one has niacinamide, which is supposed to provide a little bit more hydration. So we will see how that goes, but I have used the other one, and it's supposed to be a dupe for the Milk Makeup Primer, which is a lot more expensive. I'm gonna go in with the Milani Fit Me Loose Powder, whatever's in my cap, and I'm just gonna set my eyeshadow primer to start. Just put a little bit on there. I have, obviously, all of these products are linked below, but this particular powder on, I gotta be careful because I've got powder in the lid. This particular powder, it has about 40,000 ratings on Amazon, and the majority of them are 4.5 stars. So if you haven't ever tried that, definitely click on the link and give it a try. Okay, so the eyeshadow that I'm going to go in with today is from Essence, and this is Dancing Green. It's a really pretty eyeshadow palette. I don't typically wear a ton of green eyeshadow. I don't know why, because my eyes are they're brown, but they also have a hint of green. They kind of change with whatever I'm wearing, just like my jewelry today, these opals. So I'm going to go in first, and I'm going to go in with the BK Beauty 203 brush, and I'm going to go in with sort of this khaki color, and I'm going to put that in the crease of my lid. Hopefully you can see that. I do have a mirror right below me. I have a mirror, another one on the other side, so you'll see me looking in a couple of different directions. these Essence 6-pan palettes, each one of them is a little bit different. This is actually the first time I've used this green one, but they're nice. A couple of them are like all matte, and I don't love the colors, but the few that I do have, I have the something mauve. I don't know, they all have cute names, and I have It's All Rosé. I don't know, I have a couple of them, and I like them. They're not patchy, they're easy to work with. So this is just kind of a khaki brown color. Just working that in. And they're really economically priced, and they have a very affordable price point. Okay, so I've got that all in the transition. Just worked it up just a little bit so that you can see it when my eyes are open. And I'm gonna take a little bit of a smaller brush. This is the Morphe brush, and it has a nice little tip. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's got a flat tip, and I'm going to go in with this very dark shade, and I'm just gonna put it in my outer V. I'm just gonna tap it on. You guys have plans for St. Patrick's Day? One of the things I did this morning, this is just a couple of days before St. Patrick's Day. I'm hoping to get this up so that you can have an idea of some St. Patrick's Day looks. I think a lot of people go a little on the crazy side with their makeup for St. Patrick's Day. This will be a little, you know, not too crazy. Anyways, I went online this morning and just tapping that on the outer part of my lid, onto my 23andMe. Do you guys have a 23andMe? I wanted to see what percent Irish I am. So I am 52% British Irish. My mother is 72% British Irish. And I'm so glad before my dad died a couple of years ago, we had his done. And it's fascinating, the information that they can provide out of a saliva sample. I mean, they tell you the color of your eyes. I mean, but there's health things that they also tell you, things that you might be susceptible to. It's fascinating. I'm gonna go in with a bigger blending brush and just blend all of that together. This is kind of a dark look for me. Like I said, I don't typically wear a ton of green, so we'll see how this works out. It's pretty. These, the two colors that I've used so far are both matte. So now I'm going to go in and put a little bit of shimmer on. I'm going to take that same flat brush that I was using for my outer V, and I just had it and now I can't find it. Oh boy, where did I put you? Okay, I used these two and they are both matte shades. This is also a matte, and then these three are shimmers. So I'm going to use this in my brow, right underneath my brow bone. But for right now, I'm going to go in with this shade here and just go on both sides and just tap it on that outer V, just to give that matte shade just a little bit more vibrance. See what a difference that made? Hopefully you can see that. Just taking that flat brush and just tapping it on each side, whatever's on the brush. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side, just tapping it. It's a really pretty shade. Getting a little bit of fallout. That is why I like to do my eyeshadow first, especially when you're dealing with really dark, vibrant colors like this. Make sure both sides are even. Okay, now I'm gonna use my finger. I'm going to go in with this shade, and it's really a pretty goldy yellow shade. It's really, really pretty. I am going to go right in the center and just work it up a little bit, and then just tapping that in. Ooh, that's pretty. That is really, really pretty. Can you see that? How, oh, I love that. All right, let me see if I can use the same finger on this side. Usually I'll go in now with my left finger, but let's see if I can save whatever product is on my finger. Just work that up. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I'm gonna wipe that off, and I am going to just do the inner. Still have a little bit on there, but not too much. And I'm gonna go in with this. Ooh, this is gonna be pretty. Put that on my inner lid. Isn't that pretty? Like I said, I have a tiny bit of fallout, but not too bad. And then I'm gonna take a fluffy brush and use this creamy color and just blend in that top and work that into my brow bone area. Oh, that's so pretty. Now I've used every shadow in this palette. To go in with the NYX retractable eyeliner, and I'm just gonna line my lash, getting as close to my lashes as I can. I'm gonna take a smudger brush. This is again another BK Beauty, going back in with the number 204. I'm just gonna smudge that out so there's no harsh lines, and I'm gonna flick it up with whatever is still on there. So that'll just intensify that dark area, and it will bring all of that together. Okay, I'm going to put liner on my other eye, clean up underneath, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Have my cute little teacup today, sitting on a little cloud. My golden monkey today, tea. I love it. So, back here, I did finish lining my upper lashes, and I went in with the e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara. I like this. It's a dupe for, I think it's, what is it? Oh my gosh, I can't even think of it. Is it Benefit? They're real? I can't remember. I'll put it along the bottom, but it's supposed to be a dupe for that. And I have that at home, whatever it's called. Like I said, I'll put it on the bottom. And so I can't really remember if it is, but I do like it. So there we go. I am going to now work on my face. Still a little tacky from that e.l.f. Power Grip. So that's what you want, because you want it to, the foundation to grip to it. This though is a Camo CC cream. So CC means color corrector. Put a little bit on the back of my hand, just one little squirt, and I'm going to work it into this side of my face. This is the first time I've used this. This is not new necessarily on the market, but it is new to me. And this is in medium. So this particular product, let's see if I can give you some information. It's color correcting, obviously. It has SPF 30 in it, and it provides medium to full coverage. I'm just gonna apply it first with my fingers. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. This is a pretty good color for me, and then I'm gonna go in with my sponge, and just work that in. It has 1.05 ounces, and it is about $10 so far. I like how it's blending in. If you apply with your fingers and then use a sponge, this is the sheerest way to put your foundation on. If you use a brush, it will just be a little bit more coverage, and if you use your fingers, it will be the most amount of coverage. Put a little bit on my forehead so you can see the difference between this side and this side. And I think I'm good with the amount of coverage that it's provided. I don't want to put too much more on. Okay, take and put this on my other side. Work it in with my fingers first. Okay. Always go in with less of any product, whether it's foundation, powder, whatever it might be. You can always build it up, but it's harder to take away. So keep that in mind. Less is more. Okay. So far I'm liking that. Like I said, it has a little bit of a orangey cast to it, but again, that's probably the color correcting part of it. But I don't hate it, especially because I have a little bit of a tan going on. Okay, and then before I set that, I'm going to go in with a cream cheek product. So this is called Cheek Kiss, and it is in Milani. So this says that it is a blendable, buildable cheek blush. This too, I'm gonna put on the back of my hand. This is the first time I've used this, so I wanna make sure I don't look like a clown. I am going to, I think I'll use, what brush am I gonna use? I think I'll use this one. This is the 200 Real Techniques. It's something I might use for my bronzer, but I think I'm gonna take it, I'm a little afraid. I'm gonna take it on my ring finger and just tap that in. Okay, wish me luck. Okay, this is blending out nicely. Sometimes with these cream blushes, if you don't know how much pigment they're gonna provide, it's best to put it on the back of your hand. But the thing is, with these cream blushes, oftentimes what happens is that they sheer out so much, too much. So actually, that's probably a good amount for me to put on, because once I set my face with a little bit of powder, I think that that's gonna kick that down a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Work it in. I like to just keep working it this way. Just kind of like stipple. You might be afraid for me, but I'm not afraid. I always want to work my blush up so that everything is kind of going up as best it can. Okay, whatever's left, just bringing it over my nose. Try to even both sides out. So whatever's left, whatever CC cream is left on there, I'm just going to tap, 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 because this side definitely had a little bit more. But you can see it's definitely a nice little glow. But don't be afraid. It's a little red. It's a little, not red. This is in Berry Smooch. It's pretty. It's really pretty. Okay. So the more you keep messing with it, the sheerer it will become. But I just want to make sure it doesn't become patchy. I think that's looking pretty good. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone, and then I am going to use, do I have a bronzer out here? Oh, I do. Okay. But before that, I do that, I'm going to set it with this e.l.f. This is a little bit lighter, so this will probably work out perfect. This is the e.l.f. face palette, and I'm just gonna stamp it on there, and that will sort of set that blush. You don't have to do this, but I find with some of these cream blushes, especially the ones from the drugstore, if you have a sort of complementary color that you can use to just set it down, because it definitely sometimes it will like disappear. So I find if I set it with a little bit of powder, it will be perfect. Okay, I am going to, before I set my face, I'm going to put my bronzer on, and I'm going to use a cream bronzer, if I can find it. If you saw my desk here, you'd see it's a big fat mess. I don't know why. I'm going to use the NYX double-ended stick. One side has the bronzer and the other side has a highlighter. So I'm gonna wipe this off my hand before I get it on my white pants. Okay, and I'm just gonna go from the top of my ear down, just to contour this a little bit. And I'm gonna go in with that same brush that I used and just stamp it in. Again, working it up. This will just provide a nice little bronze to my face. And this too, I will probably set with a little bit of powder bronzer, just a little tiny bit. So, again, working it up. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this side. Ooh, that's the, just putting a little bit on at a time so that A, it doesn't dry down before I get to it, and B, I'm not putting too much on. So you can see how pretty that is. Okay, I'm loving this look today. And again, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day, so I'm not afraid to do a little something, something. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit, I'm gonna contour my nose a little bit. Scared? I feel like I keep asking you if you're scared. I should be the one that should be scared, right? All right, so I'm gonna just take and bring that contour right into this part of my nose, the upper. And that will make my nose have a little thinness to it, and it will give it a little contour. So, can you see that? All right, and then I am also going to put a little bit of bronzer up here. This is really contour, not as much of a bronzer, but you can't really see this side of my face, so, but I don't want to have two different, I don't want to be uneven, so I want to make sure, you never know. Okay, so that's that. So that is everything for my face. I am gonna put on a little bit of highlighter, but I think I'm going to, instead of using this side, oh, I'll use this side. I was gonna use you know what, I'm not. I'm indecisive today as well. I'm gonna use this Essence Pure Nude Highlighter, but before I do that, I am going to set my face. And when I'm setting my face, again, I'm using that Maybelline Fit Me powder that is highly rated. I am going to put it on a large brush, and I just added a little bit more onto my brush, packed it on there as good as I can. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't put any concealer on today. Should I put a little concealer on? I'm gonna put a little concealer on. Boy, I feel like I'm really messing up today. I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of concealer on. Have you seen the new concealer hack that's out there? I'm gonna try it. And it's use a V. So use like a little V's in a couple of different areas of your face. So I will try it, and maybe I'll film a video with that maybe next week. It's supposed to, you're supposed to put it here, a little V here, a little triangle, I think here, here, and then down here. So, and then not need to use any foundation because you're using a sheer amount of concealer. But in those particular spots, it's supposed to do miracles. So I like a miracle. I'm gonna take whatever's left on my brush and bring it down here. Okay, take a look at my under eyes. That concealer did a great job. A great job. Okay, I'm gonna finish off with the powder, and then I'm going to do my under eyes. So I already have it on that brush. And I'm just going to sort of set the T-zone. I don't want to disrupt the makeup too much, just very lightly. The larger the brush, the less amount of powder will be deposited. Just gonna very lightly over it. I really like this look today. Okay, what do you think? I'm liking it. I don't even have my under eyes done. I think I'm done already. I'm just gonna put a little bit underneath my eyes because I have so much going on the top lid. I am gonna go in with this sort of khaki color and just put it on the bottom lash, just right there. And then go to meet the top lid. See that? Just a tiny bit. And meet it. Okay. Put a little bit of that lash roll mascara on my bottom, and I'll be right back. I did finish up my lower lash line, put a little bit of mascara or some mascara on both lashes, obviously, and I also put the e.l.f. Wow Brow on my brows. So I think that I actually like that mascara for my lower lash line better. It did a nice job at really separating those lower lashes. So I'm going to go in, I just got this on the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, the MAC paint pot, and this is in Painterly. And one of the things that I've noticed is that I have gotten cold sores almost all my life. And I have a lot of discoloration around my lips. And so I saw someone online that took this, it's really an eyeshadow. It would probably be a nice base on your eyeshadow, but I saw them and they put it so that around their lips so that their lipstick wouldn't bleed into their fine lines. So I thought, oh, maybe this would be good for around my lips, and it really does do a nice job. So I just put a little bit of that all around my lips, and like I said, that Ulta 21 Days of Beauty started on Sunday, the 12th of March, and this was one of the first things, so I wanted to get that. I also got these on Amazon, and these are a whole bunch of different lip pencils, and every color you can imagine. It came in a pack of them. So I'm just starting to use them, so I'll let you know how I like them, but they were really reasonable. They are a, you have to sharpen them, but I actually, first I thought I don't want to mess around with sharpening my lip liner. I just like the retractable one. But then the more I thought about it, I'm just gonna line this, the more I thought it's probably a lot more sanitary to use one that I sharpen. So now I'm changing my tune. I'm gonna go ahead and line the whole lip. And what this will do is extend the wear of my lip product, whatever I put over it. It's not super moisturizing, but you really don't want it to be. And I'm just gonna work it in, especially around the edges. So you can see that. Okay, looking good. You can see it definitely did a nice job at sort of hiding any of those imperfections around my lips. Okay, I am also going to use, and this is a pretty sheer product, another e.l.f. product. Boy, e.l.f. is killing it at the drugstore. Their products have been so great. Many of their products are dupes. So like I mentioned, the Power Grip Primer is a dupe for the Milk Makeup Primer, and that is, I don't want to misquote it, but it's probably 3 times. Yeah, I'll bet. I don't know if this is a dupe for anything, but it's got a balm in the middle, and so it's very emollient, but it'll be nice over my lip liner. That's pretty. Typically, if I'm going to have a little bit of a darker, crazier eye, I like to wear something a little bit lighter on my lips. Not so much lighter, it's just more neutral, I should say. So this is really, it's actually a little more purpley than I thought. I thought it was gonna be a little more mauve, but I like it. It's really, really pretty. So we'll see how long that lasts. But like I said, it's more of a nice tinted balm than anything. But when I put that lip liner on, I think it gave it a nice amount of color. Okay, so I think the only other thing, 2 more things I want to do. I want to put just a little tiny bit of this highlighter on, and I feel like I have a little bit of a sheen already on my cheeks. I'm just going to put it on the upper parts of my face, the highlight, and put a little down the center of my nose, give myself a little blessing, put a little here, a little under here, just kind of make sure it's all blended in nicely. Okay, I'm liking that. I think that this would be a nice little look to go out on the town for St. Patrick's Day. You could put a few little jewels on the side. If you have any jewels, that might be kind of pretty. Okay, so loving that. And then last but certainly not least, setting mist, and this is Dewy Coconut. So this again is by e.l.f. Let me push my hair up a little bit. Ooh, it smells nice and coconut-y. Let that dry down, and then just go in and pat around the areas that my products may crease a little bit into especially underneath my eyes, in my smile area, and of course in my 11s up here. So I'm pretty happy with that look. I'm gonna see if my husband wants to go out for dinner with me. Okay, what do you think? I think that for sure the star of the show. Certainly this eyeshadow palette is very inexpensive. I don't know if you can get this on Amazon, so I will link it probably on Ulta. It won't be an affiliate link, but that doesn't matter. This is just a really nice little palette. And like I said, it comes in a whole bunch. I'll bet maybe 6 or 8 different 6-pan shadows. So they're really quite good. I like them. So that's definitely a keeper. The e.l.f. Lash and Roll, I liked that as well. I really liked this MAC Painterly. I feel like that did do a nice job at canceling out any of the lines or the imperfections that I have around my mouth. And certainly the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder. I really like that a lot. And I used a big fluffy brush and it just did a nice job at setting down my makeup. So I really, really like that. And I like this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. Didn't take a ton of product and it gave me just, you know, you can still see my imperfections through the foundation, just a medium coverage, nothing, you know, too full. So I feel like it did a really nice job at giving me a sheer coverage. And, you know, like I said, you can still see some of my imperfections and that's fine. I don't, you know, you don't want to look like a porcelain doll. So I think that looks really, really nice. And I also liked the NYX Wonder Stick. This is really very handy. So I think this would be great for traveling too, so that you've got your contour and your highlighter in one. You don't have to take a whole bunch of different things. So I hope that you all have a happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Leave me a note below. Do you have 23andMe? Are you gonna look at it and check out if you have any Irish descent in you? And I just really hope that you have a great day and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.